It was certainly an afternoon for Vince McMahon. Wednesday afternoon, Vince McMahon looked at the headlines, and somewhere, wherever JD was, there was a smile on his face. I love stories like this, man, because I've been one of the very few to tell you exactly how it's been on WWE television. I have done the absolute best job coming out of last year in the community, last year leading you to where we sit now with Vince McMahon and his power ultimately growing in WWE. So when I see a story like this, man, I am all over it like white on rice. Vince McMahon served a grand jury subpoena. Federal agents executed a search warrant for Vince McMahon. WWE revealed today that, or when you guys see this yesterday, WWE revealed that federal agents executed a search warrant and served a federal grand jury subpoena on Vince McMahon on July 17th. The statement is listed under legal proceedings in the second quarter financial report and adds that no charges have been filed yet, hopefully. The company has received voluntary and compulsory legal demands for documents, including from federal law enforcement and regulatory agencies concerning the investigation and related subject matters, the statement reads. WrestleVotes provided a statement that was sent out internally by Vince McMahon to WWE employees on Wednesday afternoon regarding the situation, and it read as follows, and I quote, "In 2022, WWE formed a special committee to review allegations of misconduct against me. That review was concluded in November of 2022 following an extensive investigation. Throughout this experience, I have always denied any intentional wrongdoing and continue to do so." So Vince McMahon, he just continues to deny that everything that we've heard is just not true. Meanwhile, we know exactly what it is. Vince McMahon is a con artist. Vince McMahon is a bullshit artist. Vince McMahon is somebody that paid off all of these different people to clear his name and then sell the company to his very dear good friend and Ari Emanuel, someone he's known for 20 plus years, so that he will remain in power, so that nobody will get rid of him and replace him in his current position. I'm confident that the government's investigation will be resolved without any findings of wrongdoing. I'm focused on completing the recovery process from my recent spinal surgery and on closing our transaction with Endeavor, which will create one of the most preeminent global sports and entertainment brands, end quote. Now, I found it funny that Vince McMahon is denying everything. Basically, he's telling you he's bigger than God. They're not going to find anything on me. I am going to continue to deny all the wrongdoings because I am above everyone else. This is the man that's running WWE right now, inside and out. Now, when I read this, when I seen this report, I was like, what could this be about? In the back of my mind, I'm hoping that they reopen the investigation. They found something, and they're going to continue with where they left off in 2022. Let's get him. Let's get him, man. He's at a weak point. Let's get him. Then WWE comes out with a statement. I'm thinking one thing, and then WWE comes out with a statement. I'm thinking that this has something to do with Donald Trump. Now, we all know that WWE, Vince McMahon have been in bed with Donald Trump. They are very good friends, and you know, Linda McMahon worked for the Trump campaign, and she was on his cabinet. So there's close ties there to the McMahon family and Donald Trump. Now, with everything that's going on with Donald Trump, I couldn't give a single shit. You know, with everything that's going on with Donald Trump and then this being unveiled to us today, I felt like the timing was very on point. I'm like, this got to be something to do with Donald Trump. I mean, the timing just lines up perfectly. Then the WWE comes out with a statement, and WrestleVotes puts that out, and then we found out that WWE said this, and this is from CNBC. We believe this is a continuation of the investigation that commenced last summer against Vince McMahon. WWE has cooperated throughout and fully understands and respects the government's need for a complete process. WWE also revealed that Vince McMahon went on medical leave early after undergoing major spine surgery, which is the operation revealed that was late last month. The leave began Friday, July 21, and it was noted that McMahon will remain on medical leave until further notice, but will remain executive chairman of the company. Of course he will. Vince McMahon's home right now recuperating, and he's still running day-to-day operations like he has been for the past several months, laying up in bed on his cell phone. The man could speak, the man could talk, the man could see, the man could watch everything that's going on. You don't think this man is on his fucking cell phone or a laptop or a mobile device of sorts? You don't think Kevin Dunn and Bruce Pritchard are sitting there next to him fucking aiding him every whim, every second of the fucking day? Give me a fucking break, man. They're on the fucking phone with him back and forth every single fucking hour on the hour. Give me a break. It doesn't matter. So when you see the reports of, oh, Vince McMahon, he's going to be on medical leave. I'm sorry. What do you think is happening backstage in WWE? You think Triple H is running the fucking show by himself? Give me a break, man. Give me a break. He might have a little bit more power now that the big bad boogeyman is home recuperating, right? When the cat is away, the mice will play type of deal. But give me a break, man. Vince McMahon is still running the show. WWE is in some serious shit. And this brings a smile to my face, man. You know, we're nearing the end of the summer. And when the end of the summer is rounding that corner, we get into the fall and into the third and fourth quarter of the year. You're going to start to see the finalization of the Endeavor WWE deal when WWE and UFC are merged under the Endeavor umbrella. Now, when that happens, I fully believe that WWE will be completely controlled by Vince McMahon. Ari Emanuel said so. So when that happens, he can't really do anything right now. But when that happens, Vince McMahon will be the three-headed beast and nobody will stop him. I thought this was about Donald Trump. And when I read this and the WWE came out with an official statement, then I said, all right, now we're playing ball. Now we are where we need to be. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but all of this conveniently is the most absolute perfect timing possible. Vince McMahon, somebody knew Vince McMahon was scheduled to go get evasive and extensive spinal surgery. And when he did, this is when all of this started to come about. Now you're hearing and reading the reports about a subpoena and the federal grand jury and law enforcement now issuing a search warrant for Vince McMahon. What are they looking for? What exactly are they looking? Are they looking for the golden egg? I don't think they're looking for the fucking golden egg. They're looking for something. All of this is conveniently planned. And something like this does not happen unless somebody from within, I don't know who, somebody from within is giving information that they know to the federal government in order to continue the process to take Vince McMahon down. Someone within the company does not want this man there, and rightfully so. Nobody wants him there. Nobody. They'll say in every fucking which way, bend over backwards, telling you that Vince McMahon, oh, we need Vince McMahon's leadership. We need Vince McMahon's guidance and all this other shit. They could joke about, oh, did you really think he was going to retire with a tweet? Ha, 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 ha. Give me a break. Somebody from within is trying to take Vince McMahon down. Is it Stephanie? Is it Linda? Is it Triple H? Is it Nick Khan himself? Is it somebody else there that we might not know about? But something like this does not happen after this man was wiped clean. The slate was wiped clean. This man paid off everyone and everyone fucking 10 times over to get himself out of the situation that he was in. He was sitting pretty. He then shows up with his fancy new fucking pedo mustache, goes on CNBC, and we get the biggest day in WWE history, where the company is sold to Endeavor 51%, to WWE maintaining 49%, with Vince McMahon still actively in charge and will continue to be actively in charge, because it was never about a sale of the company. It was about ultimately keeping Vince McMahon in power until the day he breathes his last breath. All of this is conveniently timed. Now, call me a conspiracy theorist, call me whatever you want, man, but something like this is just slapping you in the face, and you're not going to get people asking the questions. This man was set to go and get spinal surgery, which he did. Somebody knew he was scheduled to go get that surgery. Somebody then gets the ball rolling with the subpoena and the federal fucking grand jury coming after him, issuing a search warrant to go see what else is going on. Does this have anything to do with the pending deal with Endeavor? Has something gone awry there? Was there nefarious means and actions taken in that regard? Did Vince McMahon do something that he shouldn't have done in regarding the sale of the company? Is somebody trying to throw him under the bus while he can't do anything about it and he's off getting surgery? Somebody knows something. Somebody from within knows something. And something like this does not happen to somebody like Vince McMahon unless there is solid proof that something is going on. Somebody has solid proof that Vince McMahon did not divulge all that he needed to, and that there's still more that is uncovered that should be brought to light. Somebody knows something. Someone from within is trying to take this man down, and I'm all for it. I'm absolutely 1,000% all for it. The man should not be running the company. The company does not need Vince McMahon. They never needed Vince McMahon. You can go back to last year when everything was changing for the better. WWE does not need Vince McMahon. Realistically, ask yourself that question. What is Vince there for? Vince is not there for anything. Vince is there for Vince. Vince is there to see that he remains in power. He doesn't give a shit about what happens on TV. Clearly, you see that on a week-to-week basis. Vince doesn't give a shit what happens on TV. Vince doesn't give a shit about his roster. Vince doesn't give a shit about anything. He just wants the power for himself with the opportunity to take back what he lost a year ago. Whether that's from Triple H or anybody else that was given roles that were occupied by his people. He wants all of that back. But I guarantee you, something like this does not happen just out of the blue on a whim. Somebody knows something. Somebody has something on him. They conveniently waited till this man was scheduled to go get evasive and extensive spinal surgery, and then that's when they thought it was the best time to strike. Again, call me a conspiracy theorist, man, but shit like this doesn't just pop up out of nowhere unless you got something that the federal grand jury said to themselves, you know what? I think we need to call in the fucking brigade and get the ball rolling on this, man. Let's open that book again and see what good old VKM is up to. WWE does not need Vince McMahon. They don't. Everything about this man and everything that he's done in regards to every aspect of the company has been worse with his involvement. Triple H doesn't need him. Triple H can write the show with his own team. Triple H takes it over on a nightly basis when he's there and he's able to do what he needs to do. He's assembled his own team. He doesn't need Vince McMahon in one ear and then other people in the other ear. He has his own team. He doesn't need Vince McMahon. He has a roster that believes in him, a roster that trusts him. The locker room there does not want Vince McMahon back in any capacity, in any aspect. A lot of that locker room has been reported fearing for their jobs, fearing for their status on TV. You see the lack of talent that has not been given an opportunity when this man returned and took it all over again. Triple H doesn't need Vince McMahon to run the company. He's got people on his team on the business side of things. He's got Nick Khan doing what he's got to do. WWE's making more money hand over fist than any time in their entire lifetime. WrestleMania weekend drew $216 million for the city of Los Angeles. WrestleMania 39 did that weekend, shattering all-time records for WWE. Why does Triple H need Vince McMahon there? Why does WWE need Vince McMahon there? Attendance figures are up. Merchandise sales are through the roof. Stock is through the roof. And the reason why the stock went through the roof is for two reasons. One, because Vince McMahon went away, and then they saw the uptick in the fucking product on TV, and then the sale of the company, which we all know is going to get everybody excited. But a sale of the company was made because Vince McMahon thinks that, oh, look at everybody's interested in WWE. They just want to be fucking paid. They want to be paid. They don't give a fuck who the company is sold to, but Vince sold the company to Ari Emanuel so that he can remain in charge after the fucking merger is completed. But the rise of the stock was happening well before the fucking sale of the company was even addressed to the public and the general media. Again, I ask, why does WWE need Vince McMahon? What good does Vince McMahon bring to the overall product of WWE? As soon as that company is sold, he doesn't need to be there. As soon as that company is sold to Endeavor, what good is he to Ari Emanuel? He's only on board because he's been friends with Ari Emanuel for 21 years or so. When Ari Emanuel's got his own fucking team and his own departments, what the fuck does he need anything to do with Vince McMahon and his fucking team and his departments? He's already got one of the best leading the charge creatively. The fuck does he need Vince McMahon for? The best thing, I swear to God, the best thing that will ever happen to this channel is when this man completely is eradicated and wiped away and never able to come back ever again. Honestly. I will be waiting. A lot of you, and listen, I'm right there with you. I know what you're saying. You're probably looking at the fucking camera. You're probably looking at your mobile device, your iPad, or your computer. JD's not going anywhere. There's no charges. I know. There's no charges. I'm hopeful that there will be charges. I'm hopeful that justice will prevail. But I get it. I get it. I know what you guys are thinking. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's gonna happen to Vince McMahon. He's gonna walk away dirt-free, scot-free from this again, like he always does. He's got the greatest finisher in the history of the business. He just continues to kick out at 2 every single time. It's like he's on God mode. It's like he's unbeatable. I get it. But if we don't have hope, if I don't come on here and tell you guys exactly how it is, and we don't have hope, then all of it's lost. Somebody's got to believe. If you don't want to believe, I'll lead the charge, and I'll believe. Somewhere, somehow, someday, good is going to overcome evil. And Vince McMahon is the greatest evil that you could possibly ever have running this beloved company that I know you and I both love. I'll see you guys on the next video, man. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. We will have so much content this week. It is going to be fucking bleeding from your ears. So get used to me. Get used to it. There's going to be a ton of content. I got news coming up and opinion pieces on AEW and their fucking weird infatuation with ECW talent and reviving ECW. Tony Khan's infatuation with ECW legends. We'll talk about that. The Elite. I'll have something on the Elite. Both Adam and, not Adam. Adam Page, but Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson. Both Matt and Nick, Adam Page and Kenny Omega, all re-signed with the company. They are there for life. AEW made a deal to all 4 of them that they could not turn down. And we'll have SummerSlam predictions, news, and rumors, and everything regarding SummerSlam right here on OTS. Guys, please hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this piece. I will see you guys on the next video right here on OTS.